Hi, my name is Aminta Steinbach, and I train in Kajukenbo Kung Fu at Hand to Hand Community Self-Defense Center in Oakland, California. I've been training since 1993, and I have a third-degree black belt in Kajukenbo Kung Fu. We're going to start today with an opening salute. So I'm going to invite you right now to start with your feet together. Your legs are straight, but your knees are not locked. Your body is upright. Your head is stacked on top of your shoulders, on top of your hips. Your chin slightly dropped so that you get lift and length through the back of your neck and spine. And then I'm going to invite you right now to do the simplest form of our opening salute. With the hands resting gently on the sides of the legs, I'm going to invite you to do a bow. Keeping your eyes straight ahead, a simple bow. It's our simplest form of showing respect for the practice that we're about to engage in. And if you're sharing space with someone else, you can turn to that person now and offer that same bow to them. So the first move that we're going to be doing today is a simple stance change. We're going to move into a ready stance. So slightly sinking down into your legs, slightly bending your knees. Step out with the right foot to just wider than hip distance apart. And then take a look down and make sure that your feet are just about parallel with the toes facing slightly in. A little bit of bend in the knees. And then stand straight up on top of that bent knee. And then come back to the starting position. This time, as we step out to the right, we're going to bring our hands up in front of our bodies and lower 2 fists down just in front of our bodies. 2 fists. The fists are facing down to the ground as if you're punching down into the ground with 2 fists. And there's just about a fist and a half or 2 fist distance between them. And they're just about a fist distance away from your own body. And come back to that starting position. This time we're going to pair that with the breath. Breathing in, hands come up. And breathing out, hands settle down into that ready stance. And coming back to the beginning again. And stepping out. Breathing in. And ready. And stepping back into close. This next time, as we step into that ready stance, I'm going to invite you to use the breath and the voice. We're going to use a kiai, which is a Japanese word that means spirit meeting. And a kiai is going to be loud, resounding in this space that I'm in right now, and maybe you'll do it louder or softer yourself where you are. I'm going to show you what that's going to look like first. I'm going to step out and breathe in, and when I step into that ready stance, I'm going to use that kiai. Wake myself up. Wake up my spirit. Wake up the spirit of anyone that's within earshot. It'll look like this. And then we'll come back to standing. So I made a ha sound. You can make a ho sound or an ah sound, or a choir sound might be an oos sound, like an O-O-S kind of a sound. So try it out for yourself this time. When I say go, we're all going to do it together. Try using your voice as you step into that ready stance. Go. Ha! And come back to start. And go. Ha! Beautiful. And come back to start. That ready stance is a stance from which a lot of other things can happen. So in just a moment, we're gonna use that stance to throw a punch. The first thing I want you to do is to practice forming that punch. So hold your own hand up right in front of your face, and then curl your fingers down, starting at the top joint, curling joint, down, 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 down. And then last thing I want you to do is to tuck your thumb in. So if you look at what that looks like, you're curling the joints down, 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 and then tuck your thumb in. So you're making a fist. It looks like this, it looks like this from the front, a fist. So we're gonna do that with both hands now. You're gonna hold both hands up in front of you and curl the joints down, 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 and make a fist. Beautiful, great. And that fist, we're now gonna pull back into a chamber position. And from this chamber position, it's called a chamber position, because it's as if your fist is in the chamber. The chamber is nice and tight, tucked against your ribs. Your elbows are pointing back towards the back of the room. Your shoulders are dropped and down. Your shoulder blades are sinking down into your back. And from here, you're going to throw a punch right out in front of you. So try throwing that punch. One hand going right out in front of you, right down the center line of your own body. And now as that hand comes back to the chamber position, the other hand exchanges places with it, going right out in front of you. And trading, and trading, and trading, and trading, and shake out. So we weren't thinking so much about what the feet were doing in that one. This time we're going to get into that ready stance and throw those slow speed punches from that ready stance. So starting in a natural stance, and when I say go, we're going to step out with that voice into that ready stance. Go! And then we're going to bring the hands up into chamber, fists in chamber. So we're still on top of that nice stable ready stance. That means there's a little bit of bend in my knees. My feet are active. I'm pulling up through my arches. I'm pressing my knees out and over, out towards my little toes. My center, my core is engaged. My shoulders are relaxed on top of the whole thing. My hands, my fists are palm up, tight against my ribs. Now I want to ask you to extend that punch right out in front of you. And when I say go, we're going to trade punches, just moving at a slow speed now. Go. 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 Now pairing that movement with the breath, so that I'm inhaling here and go. Inhale. Go. Inhale. Go. And now picking up the speed, using the breath. Go. 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 And for the next few, we're going to use that same ki, that spirit meeting, that sound. Ha, or ho, or oos. Any sound you want to make that feels like it lightens up and wakes up your spirit. Go. Ha. 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 And come back to that ready stance and shake out. Beautiful. And let's turn to a partner if you're with a partner and bow that person. And if you're by yourself, or even if you are with someone, now we're going to bow. And this last bow we do is really to ourselves. It's to the space. It's to the practice that we just engaged in. And bow. Thank you.